Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Ultimate Apocalypse casts this side of East Yorkshire. And today we have got a 1 versus 1 on Meeting of Minds. Playing on the left hand side as the Space Marines, we've got Vrax. Playing on the right hand side as the Chaos Space Marines, we've got Kykuy. Kykuy will be opening up with a Heretic, a couple of Cultists, a Chaos Temple, and a Plasma Generator, whereas Vrax is going to go for triple Scouts, a Servitor Squad, and a Chapel Barracks. It's quite an exciting matchup, is Chaos Space Marines versus regular Space Marines, as in Ultimate Apocalypse there's a couple of slight differences in the early game between these two factions, mainly between the capping units, which is the Cultists and the Scouts, and the builder units, the Heretics and the Servitors. Now in Ultimate Apocalypse, the Servitors can become a squad of 3, which means that they're quite durable if anyone comes in and tries to snipe them out, so quite hard to harass the Space Marine base in the sense that you can't really kill all their builders straight away to prevent them from building up too much. You can harass them to move away from the buildings that they're trying to build up, but it's quite hard to get a squad wipe on them. Whereas the Heretics, especially if they've done a little bit of dancing to build up their buildings, quite easy to snipe out, so might be a benefit for the Space Marine player to be a little bit more aggressive. And actually we can already hear those Assault Marines coming out from the Chapel Barracks, and they can deep strike in, so they are quite good at getting on to the other side of the map quite quickly and efficiently to smack up builders. Also the Heretics versus Scouts, as the Heretics are known for getting a mass of lads inside the squads, what will be about 14 per squad, and they can also get an array of grenade launchers, which we're not seeing in a Chaos Armory opening for Kykuy here, so it does look like he's going to go for a Chaos Lord and just a regular squad of Chaos Space Marines, probably trying to see what the Vrax is attempting to do. And he's seeing that the Assault Marines are coming in, those big beefy lads, look how tall they are compared to the Cultists. Slapping them down, kicking them down, almost in unison as well. Very nice stuff. Love the little run that they do as well. Quite energetic. But the Chaos Space Marines and the Chaos Lord will come over and try and shoot them down from range. Quite chunky lads. These guys are not as chunky as their non-jetpack orientated comrades or enemies are. Chaos Lord will chase them around, attempting to get that decap in, and look how quickly they're able to get those decaps in as well. Much faster than other kinds of units, but will lose a model and will want to run away. Quite expensive to reinforce, well at 80 blue, so can't afford to lose too many of those guys. Everyone else is capturing their bits and bobs, the nearest and dearest, fairest and farthest, all the usual stuff. Heretic will be kicked right in the face, firmly back away from the listing post, but the Chaos Space Marines are in hot pursuit. We'll try and keep them on the back lines. Got a Raptor squad coming in from Kykuy as well, so they should be able to keep on top of the Assault Marines. The Heretics not having a grand old time, trying to move away on all fours, crawling away like a golem would as they dance the listing post into ship shape of Bristol fashion. One Heretic goes down. Does look like that they've managed to get this listing post up and running though, which is good for them. Well done, team. And another Assault Marine goes down, but with all this argy-bargy on the Chaos side of things, does allow the Space Marines to move around with their Scouts, capping all the critical locations, which will do them a little bit of extra blue money, as well as give them vision over the entirety of the map. Looks like the Raptors are going to be coming down over on this side. Scouts are nowhere near as robust as their Space Marine counterparts, and even a Cultist squad of small number able to cut through them relatively quickly. One boof from those Raptors, almost taking him down entirely. There we go, squad wipe on the Scouts there. Assault Marines being chased around as Vrax's Scouts attempt to shoot down the Cultists. How much do it cost to reinforce Mr. Scoutman? 30, so actually double the cost of a Cultist. Being really quickly shot down by that Chaos Lord with his bolter pistol. They're going to run away as best they can. Maybe potentially snagging a Heretic along the way. No, never mind. Too swift, too nimble. What's going on in the base at the moment? We're getting some upgrades. Bionic War Gears and Plasma Pistols. Also, no tier 2 for you at the moment. By the looks of things. Or tier 1/2, sorry. Another squad of Assault Marines incoming. No fancy upgrades for the Chaos Space Marines. Just extra Raptors incoming. I think it's extra Raptors. Submarines massing in number. Raptors outnumbered at the moment. Oh no, you're actually more Assault Marines. Okay, fair enough. So the Raptors will be in a little bit of a bind at the moment. One Assault Marine squad jumping away to attack further afield, although the listing posts have now been upgraded with some shooty bits. Potential for this one, yes. If all three of these been upgraded, no matter where the assault marines will hang out, they will be shot at. So even if they maneuver around and avoid any kind of close combat shenanigans with these Chaos Raptors, there will be the constant threat of death. And so they've got no choice but to run away. Although this listing post over here is potential for some smashy-bashy stuff. So really nice tension to where they can harass and where they can't. Not doing that much in the way of economic damage. Well, we've got 196 and 50. The Space Marine player, but to 151 and 30. So actually, no, they've managed to keep that on the go for them. Listing post over here being bashed up by the Chaos Space Marines and the Chaos Lord. I was seeing a brother captain, some jumpy bits on him. And with a combi flamer by the looks of things. These upgrades that you can get for your commanders in your little upgrade window. You can't see in the replay format, but they are there from the player perspective. I promise you. Chaos Lord versus a brother captain. Doesn't seem like the Chaos Lord is getting that many good hits in. Must be that the brother captain has upgraded himself a little bit more. Quite a slow engagement, actually. Just two Titans slogging away each other. Yeah, that Chaos Lord is feeling less fresh, less fancy. Got a Devastator squad providing some firing support as brother captain goes in for the kill. Now he's going to run away as best he can, but that brother captain, quick and hot on his heels, managed to get him. Do have the assault marines engaging with raptors and cultists. Full squad wipe down there. They're going to attempt to protect the Chaos Lord. He's about to die there. 38 health. And now been sliced down by the brother captain. Wonderful little pickup there for the loyalists. Listing post over here, the final one to be upgraded. Although I have not got around to building up their listing post on the relic too much. With all the action happening over the Chaos Space Marine side of things, the Space Marine player has been able to basically upgrade all his stuff with very little in the way of badness. But they have lost this listing post over here. That is something. Tier 1/2 finished for Vrax here. Also got a heavy bottle to it near all his plasma generators. Prevent any raptors from coming in and getting a domino destruction machine cull on the way. And yeah, I've got tier 2 on the way for... Yep, you've got tier 2 or 1/2. Also the armory being finished. Power swords soon for the aspiring champions. Havoc Marines, interesting choice, considering there's lots of jumper units on the go. In fact, actually, also Devastators, quite an interesting choice as well. Easy to take offline once they're engaged in close combat. Brother captain in the middle of a bunch of raptors manages to kill off that listing post. Second one being rebuilt by the heretics there. Brother captain not enjoying being in the middle of all these raptors, especially now that the Raptor aspiring champion has got his power sword out. But the Devastators, or should I say the Havoc Marines, have been pestered and bothered. Second squad is on the way out there, going for another aspiring champion and coming out with a auto cannon. One difference between the Devastator Marines and the Havocs is that they come out, I assume, yep, with heavy bottle turrets, or heavy bolters straight away, but... Oh no, you also do as well. Okay, I thought you had to be upgraded with them first and foremost. Maybe I'm getting my mods mixed up. Maybe it's in Unification where these guys only come out with regular stuff. Oh no, never mind me, that's the World Bearers with their Teeth of Corn. That's me getting the games confused. Being repositioned by the Rhino. Also got some Assault Marines sorting out the cultists on the northern side. Activating their do more damage ability. Limited amount of time increases damage being given and also taken. But good that they're in the heavy cover. Will negate, that's the word I'm looking for, negates the negative aspect of their damage boost. And so far, no one's really got the major advantage at the moment. Got a Assault Marine focus for the Space Marines and a more ranged focus for the Chaos Space Marines. But still got those Raptors on the northern side ready to jump on the Devastators. Now got two Devastators inside this Rhino transport. So I would say that the unit composition for the Space Marines a little bit better They've got a lot more flexibility. Now the Assault Marines can engage everyone possible. While the Devastators open fire, although this engagement is happening in heavy cover. Grenades being thrown around, setting the Chaos Space Marines on fire a little bit. And the Raptors not nearly as numerous as their Space Marine counterparts. Unable to really tie up both squads. Oh no, never mind, they are able to bounce between the two a little bit. And the Raptors now moving into range of this listing post. Also got the cultists on the back lines with some plasma guns, which is really helping these Chaos Space Marines break through the armour. The submarines have to fall back. The Raptors are still quite healthy. One submarine being shot down in midair. As the Chaos Rhino now comes forth. Spotted the thermal plasma generator. That's been afforded to the Space Marines from the prior map control. Don't have anything really anti-vehicle stuff, although dear oh dear, the servitors are now stuck in the middle of no man's land. Hopped onto some minefields, but they don't have time to build them up. So of course will come over and just have a free-for-all. Oh no, never mind, they're going to go and try and cap the critical location instead, I think, maybe? They're going to do something at the very least. Chaos. A powerful army. On the southern side though, submarines are engaging in a bit of base bashing. The Sacrificial Circle is on the way, and this is where the Chaos Space Marines and the Loyalist Space Marines start to diverge in their unit compositions. We are going to see a Chaos Sorcerer coming out. I assume he's going to upgrade himself with the Chains of Torment to tie the Raptor, oh not the Raptor, sorry, the Assault Marines down, shoot them from a distance, melt a bomb in front on top of the listing post. Narrowly saving itself though for the self-repair, although not quite being able to do so. Now the decap is going to go on. Smoke grenades from the Rhino transport. Been flanked by the Havoc Marines. Surprising that we're not seeing any vehicles from the Chaos Space Marines at the moment. We've got the green for it. We've also got plenty of blue. We can afford to get a few more soldiers on the field, as it were. Seeing, I assume, a Horror Squad or an Icon Bearer at the very least coming forth from the Sacrificial Circle. Or is it the Icon Bearer that you get from the Chaos Temple? One or the other. We're about to see what comes out. Oh no, right, we saw you being built earlier on. Don't know why I got confused there. Yeah, Chaos Sorcerers in here. Teleporting in. Gonna put a Chains of Torment on these dudes. So now the Havocs have got, it's like shooting fish in a barrel. The one squad has not been chained down. Also got the regular Chaos Space Marines over here fighting against this listing post. One singular servitor will come over, as I assume. Yeah, I assume that the cultists over here have killed all the servitors. Gotta be careful though. That Chaos Sorcerer is not going to survive very long soloing close combat. All this thing is health being brought down very, very low. Needs to teleport out there as soon as humanly possible. No, being killed very swiftly. Quite an expensive hero to lose as well. So both Chaos Lord and the Sorcerer have been sorted out. Chaos Rhino also been shot down from a distance. So the Havocs now have got a very difficult time in repositioning themselves. You have that Chaos Icon Bearer in there though for the additional health regen. Land's been a Tempest, flying over on high. And with Cracker missiles, could probably do with sending this guy right over here and focusing on the plasma generators. The Rhino transports coming out as well as a Chaos Vindicator. Which I don't know how strong this is against infantry. As it does so its unit card, it's good against Titan superstructures and vehicles. And narrowly avoiding being shot have those Devastators. Very nice stuff. The Chaos Vindicator wants to stay away from this Landspinner Tempest. But Tempest not going to survive the small arms fire from these guys. You've got autocannons on one squad. And what about the other squad? Oh, just quadruple autocannons. Fair enough. Chaos Sorcerer being rebuilt. More Havoc Marines on the way. They're attempting to rebuild their thermal plasma generator. Probably not going to do all that well. Sorcerer and Raptors. Minefield being taken down. Rhino transport being the centre of focus for these guys. Got the Chains of Torment going on top of those Assault Marines. Doesn't stop them from jumping, by the looks of things. Although I suppose it was done mid-jump. So finish the jump, then stunned where they land. And the assault continues on the economy of Kykuy. The economy is being 246 and 106 compared to 323 and 100. Plasma generators soon to go down, which is not what you want at this stage of the game. Being a bit brave putting them at the front of the base, to be fair. I mean, what has Vrax done? He's put... Oh no, you've put yours at the front of the base as well. That's quite vulnerable to any kind of incoming nonsense. Might be an idea to build a couple of Hell Talons, just to avoid these Assault Marines on the go. The amount of micro on both teams at the moment, really, really impressive. Having to constantly reposition their lads and lasses, or just lads I suppose. No Lady Space Marines in this version. Corn Berserkers charging at the Devastator's Marines. Not as swift and nimble as the Raptors, but will do it. Gladiator Command Squad, much like a regular squad of Space Marines, but just a lot more damage dealing and a lot more durable as well. What's that? 10,000 health for just 4 models and a Skull Probe. Also got a Ironclad Dreadnought being dropped in. Much more tankier, thicker with 2 Cs Dreadnought. Well, this is a good firing arc for the Chaos Space Marines. The Khorne Berserkers keeping the enemies at bay. 1 model in that squad surviving. 145 and 20 to reinforce that. You're going to get 6 in the squad. So very, very expensive to keep online for what they are. Pirate Marines slowly whittling their way through that listing post. Second squad on the back lines. Got the Hellsmith coming forth, which will be able to build up listing posts very, very quickly. Also got a great repair rate as well. Khorne Berserkers though, not really getting much done in this engagement. Assault Marines jump straight in. Smoke being popped down there. Also being caught in position by some more Chains of Torment. The, what should we call it? The cooldown of that ability, quite decent. Also got some chaosy nonsense. I assume it's a damage buff or a buff of some description from the Chaos Sorcerer. And the Chaos... Oh, sorry, the Assault Marines seem to be smaller and smaller in number as the engagement goes on. Attempting to reposition near this Chaos Rhino. Devastators have now got a couple of twin-link las cannons, but there's not much in the way of needing to kill vehicles at this stage of the game. And those twin-link las cannons ain't going to be doing much against heavy infantry, especially in this heavy cover. Cultists are now invisible, so might need a Librarian or some more Skull Probes. And we've got one down here to spot them. What are you? You are some Vanguard veterans, the melee-orientated variant of the Vanguard squads. Can be equipped very, very decent Power Fists, Power Claws and Storm Shields, depending on what you want them to do. Do you want them to smash through vehicles? Do you want them to cut apart infantry? Do you want them to be a little bit more durable and stand in the middle of a fighting force and just be a lich pin for your range units to fire around? The one benefit about the Space Marines in Ultimate Apocalypse is that they can just recruit Skull Probes from their actual unit themselves. Will delay them being able to reinforce their regular models, but saves you having to build up a listening post and then bring them over and then attach them to a squad. Chaos. It's been a slow burn for them, but they've managed to build up a sizable force at the moment. Chaining down these Devastators here, moving the Khorne Berserkers forward. You have that chaplain in their ranks there. Managed to smite down Khorne Berserkers, full squad wipe there. Also able to potentially, there we go. That chaplain slapping down heretics, Akimbo. Cultists moving forward. I do quite like how the cultists are still being used just for their cheap plasma guns. Chaplain has gone down. Yeah, very easy to underestimate the amount of DPS that a cultist can throw out with a full squad. What's going on the base at the moment? We are seeing tier 3/2. Got a Whirlwind Mark 1. Nothing major coming out from the base. We've got two strongholds from the Space Marine player that will increase the amount of plasma generators he can get on the field. Vanguard, or Sternguard veterans even. Not going to be enough to break this forward line. The Whirlwind Mark 1, no, actually, he seems to be focusing on the culture over here. Probably wants to really throw down some missiles in the middle of this hodgepodge of units. Certainly get a lot more damage done. As the Sternguard died pretty quickly. A squad of Vanguards on their way. Got a bunch of people inside the stronghold as well. Are we seeing anything major being built up over here? No, not at the moment. Just a fair desecrated stronghold. And a a champion of Khorne even. So it does seem that Kykuy is potentially going for something more melee orientated. Double Whirlwind Mark 1s there. Surprising he's gone for the Mark of Khorne here. Seems to be getting a lot of his damage from his backlines. Smoke grenades being thrown on top of them. As the Vanguards charge on forward. Seeing an Ironclad Dreadnought from the orbital relay here. And there's not much in the way of anti-vehicle weaponry at the moment. Oh, look at that. Huge artillery strike from the Whirlwinds here. Spreading out the Havoc Marines as best they can. And here comes one Ironclad Dreadnought in the middle. But actually, it's not a lie, even though they've not got specifically anti-vehicle stuff, they're also cannons. Do enough light damage to him. So that's a very sad situation for the Ironclad Dreadnought. We're going to see another machine cult on the way. You've got money, plenty of money, but don't know if it's going to be enough to quickly build a force that could take on all these guys. I'm seeing more battle armor. And Terminators coming forth. Orbital relay has been taken down. There was an orbital relay here, I do believe. I'm not going mental. Could be. Got a Predator now. So not only are they going to have a quite strong firing line with their heavy infantry, but they've also now got tanks available to them. So the Space Marine player will need something to counter the infantry as well as the tanks. Building up two counters from a very fresh force will be very difficult for them. Plus a Predator Annihilator quickly upgrading itself with las cannons all the way around its battlements, or its armaments even, if you use the correct wording here. Terminators there, they're not dying. They're at least being obstinate. Triple plasma cannons for them should be amazing at wiping out the Havoc Marines. Chaos Predator falling back away from all those las cannons on the Predator Annihilator. These Predators, man. Sorry, not Predators, the Terminators. Just refusing to die here. As the plasma cannons wreck face. Flanking Predator Annihilator will get that Chaos Predator. Rhino goes down, and it does seem that the Chaos Space Marines have no other option but to fall back. They've done the damage. They've taken out triple listing posts, as well as decapping one, or in fact, yeah, decapping two of them. So you can fall back, recuperate their stuff, regain their forward momentum. Was it 222 and 172 compared to 306 and 108 and 182, sorry. So they've got the economic advantage by quite a margin. And so long as they maintain this economic lead, the longer the game goes on, the bigger and badder units they can get out. A very capable defense from Vrax there. Didn't think he was going to be able to pull that off. Northern side, oh my goodness, this thermal plasma generator has been constantly built up. Vrax wants the green money. He's not afraid to put it all on the line to get it. The Khorne champion back in base. All seen some warp fire or demonic fire research. So I assume possessed marines are on their way at some point. We now have the Predator Annihilator moving forward. In fact, double Annihilators, but one. Have you got your upgrades? Oh no, right, so once you get your upgrades, then we can also get your conversion beams once you're in tier 4. Whirlwind Mark 1s moving forward as the Gladiator command squad are putting themselves in prime position. A couple of these lads, although these guys aren't going to be winning against the Havocs. Maybe that's what the Gladiator squad is there for. Also seeing Terminators. But double Terminators even. But be careful though, those Khorne Berserkers could move forward and take those plasma cannons offline. Especially when we see those possessed marines coming out, if indeed that is what they are now going for. One poor lonely Havoc falling behind, taking loads of las cannon fire to the backside. Here comes the push. Might look like that the advantage is on the Chaos Space Marine side, but there's a lot of tanks and a lot of elite infantry coming in. Although not sure if putting the Whirlwind Mark 1 so close to the front lines was the best idea. Now we're going to have to force everyone else to reposition around it if they want to save it. 6 Khorne Berserkers versus 2 and now 1 Terminator. A lot more going to come in for firing support. Plenty of plasma cannons being fired every which way. Chaos Rhino transport edging its way forward. Not sure if you've got no boys inside yet. Just a rapid redeployment of these Havocs on the back lines of the Chaos Space Marine base. Predator Annihilator is falling thick and fast as the possessed marines scuttle on forward. And this is not looking very pretty. Second time that Vrax has had most of his forces annihilated, allowing the Chaos Space Marine player to further signify an advantage in the numerous department. Very Fed machine cult. Very interesting. Do you have the economy for Fed? Oh no, I suppose you do. Not necessarily the blue money, but definitely the green money.
Scouts in position.
Scouts capturing the self-critical location. And dear oh dear, not really rebuilding up his economy neither. I can see why he wants to play aggressive, but it's hard to play aggressive against an enemy that already has an army. They didn't really lose. They only fell back not necessarily because they were beaten, but because pushing too further forward would have had reduced gains, I suppose. It's not the ideal time to counter-attack. More of the time to shut up your own defences before they come in for a second push. And only a few Terminators left inside the base at the moment. We do have... Oh, what are you? Oh, we've got some scouts, but they're being killed by cultists. Now waltzing on in, like they own the place. Plenty of Volkite Cavaliers on a fair bunch of the Chaos Space Marine squads. Losing tanks, losing plasma generators. Got Land Raider Phobos coming out. Oh, Vrax, will he be able to get out in time? Doesn't not look like it. And no mass, no pass for Vrax this day. Wonderful early game engagements there. Able to keep the Chaos player on his toes. Kykuy was very much committed to defending his hearth and home, allowing Vrax to get that early map control, attempting to also build plasma generators, or thermal plasma generators, sorry, all the way through the map, or the match, which was quite good. Definitely a decent plan and idea, but the Chaos Space Marines being able to just slowly build up their forces once they got those Havoc Marines on the go, and it might have been an idea just to rebuild a couple more Assault Marines just to jump on top of them, or maybe, I don't know, because I suppose Assault Marines, once there's plenty of Havoc Marines, quite hard to keep them alive, moving between the squads and stuff. But, you know, such is the way of things. So thank you very much, boys, for sending in the game to the Discord. If you want to support the channel, have a look at the old Patreon. £1 a month gets you once a game a week. And there is also a Discord where Discord things happen. Link in the description as always. As for Mr. Landshark, pleasure's always never short. Now, see you in a bit. Peace.